If you listen and enjoy our show, we're in the middle of a fundraising drive. So if you could go to the Bill Show, go and press the patron button, you can sponsor us. And that would help pay for stuff. Click the patron button. You'll be glad you did. You'll get a nice warm feeling down in the bottom of the cockles of your heart. And now, on with the show.
Hello, it's Bernie here. Evidently, Bill and Randy want me to tell you people that you shouldn't listen to the show at work or in front of kids because they're swearing. Swearing in the show. There's a few fucks, a few shits, and some words I can't even pronounce. And I'm almost sure that they are drunk, but they're still not part of the 2%. What are they going to play now? Loud music? Jesus, I don't need this crap.
Say, hell yeah.
We're going to hold on to him by the nose, and we're going to kick him in the ass. We're going to kick the hell out of him all the time, and we're going to go through him like crap through a goose.
From the expat home of the resistance, it's the Bill Show. And now, brothers and sisters in solidarity, here's Bill and Randy.
Hello, Randy.
Oh, Willie! It's so good to see your happy, smiling, cheery, chubby face.
Oh, I'm so happy and so cheery and so smiley. I really am. I'm a cheery, happy, smiley soul. What number show are we up to right now?
It's 288. They said we never make it. And it's our 10-year anniversary.
And they were wrong. They
were.
wrong. Oh, and by the way, I wanted to just mention something. If you've been with us for a long time, we want to give you a big wet kiss, but we can't because we're in COVID lockdown. But we would like to.
And licky kiss,
a big licky kiss from these two elderly gentlemen who persistently go on every month for the last 10 years, giving you a lot of shit to think about. Absolutely. And we have actually changed our thing for if you would like to give us money. And we're going to get through this first.
What are you taking, Bitcoin now or something?
Yeah, I'm taking Bitcoin. No, we've changed.
Oh, please, sir, can I have a Bitcoin?
Please give me a Bitcoin. It's so valuable now. Oh, those poor fuckers. Don't you know? You know, who would have known that investing in an imaginary currency would be bad? So anyway, listen, we have changed our website to thebillshow.org. That's right, thebillshow.org, where you can feast your eyes on stuff that was posted about 2 years ago. But you can actually sponsor us over there and give us a little dollar or two. Because right now,
now you're Michael Caine.
Now I'm Michael Caine when he's drunk. I used to talk like this, but now he's like that. And Michael Caine is asking you if you care about the Batman.
Oh, dear.
You will buy us a cappuccino on a monthly basis.
Oh, please, sir.
Please, sir. Please.
Boy for sale. He's going cheap. Only 7 guineas.
No, that's Lindsey Graham's theme song, and we're not going to go there. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, don't say that about Lady G. She's priceless.
She's wonderful. She's gone back to Tara. But listen. Lady
but
G
you'll never be hungry again.
Lady G is our nickname for Lindsey Graham, and we've had a lot.
No, not ours. It's all the
Lady G.
The rent boys in Washington D.C. call her that.
Yeah, Lady G. I'll never be poor again, and I don't think he will do. Anyway, that is neither here nor there. Hey, look, the other thing is that
no, it's there. It's there.
I can't. It's always there. Is that basically just won't go away. If you check out the Feedspot.com's top 60 podcasts.
Top 60 political podcasts?
No, top 60
satire.
Top 60 satire podcasts.
Yeah.
So number one.
That means comedy with bite.
Yeah, that is. And it's international. And shut up. This is good. Number one is this show produced by the BBC and shit, right? And number 6 is the Bugle with John Oliver. And the guy who hosts it's fantastic as well. And guess what number 7 is? My 2 laptops and a microphone.
Oh, and me phoning it in.
And you phoning it in. Oh, shit. These guys are wasting a shitload of money.
Yeah, they could have us for free.
I could do a top 10 satire podcast, not make any money, and sit in that room.
and it costs you money.
And don't think we haven't profited from this. We're just swimming in cash.
No, we're not.
You know, it's a top 7 international satire podcast whose wife used to refer to it as my husband's strange hobby.
Yeah. Helen says, "Oh, you're swearing again. You're swearing again."
Yeah, just a bunch of old fuckers swearing in Australia. And and speaking of swearing in Australia, ladies and gentlemen, as always, we start off the show with our news from America. So, Randy, I think it's time for the Fix It in Post Orchestra. Let's hear them.
No, just don't wake up the kids, please.
No, the kids are in their pup tent. Anyway, thank you, Fix It in Post Orchestra. You're lovely. They are available for funerals and weddings. And what happened this week in American politics, ladies and gentlemen, this weekend, our former president, Donald Trump, accused 4 black prosecutors of attacking him because he's white.
Oh, dear.
Well, white.
But he's not.
He's just fucking orange as far as I know. But you not call him Caucasian, man, unless it was a spill of some sort. And threatened to send rioters. This is what the former president did, man. He threatened to send rioters to all the cities that indict him for anything.
Orange lives matter.
Yeah, that's okay. The psycho ex-president said, "These prosecutors are vicious, horrible people. They're racist. They're very sick. They're mentally sick," he said, projecting. That's what my doctor told me, but I didn't believe it. They're going after me without any protection of my rights from the Supreme Court or most other courts. You know something? In reality, they're not going after me. They're coming after you.
Oh, no. Your guns.
When consulted, black prosecutors said, "Nah, we're pretty sure we're just after him." The fact that he's a honky motherfucker, that's just a bonus. Other prosecutors were not sure. Nah, I'd say that's about right. We're after all of them. If these vegetable brain COVID carrying fascist meat sacks want to cause a riot, I'm for dragging each and every one of them off the street and slapping those hick cracker white trash right wing motherfuckers into a hole where they can try explaining their political views to a recidivist black Muslim brother who hasn't had white meat in 12 years and has a venereal disease. But that's off the record, mind you. I don't really have an opinion. Where did I go on that? Okay, Joe Biden flops in polls. Now, this would seem interesting to anyone outside the United States or anyone sane, but according to CNN, as the first year of Joe Biden's presidency comes to a close, 41% of Americans approve the way he's handling the job, while 54% disapprove, according to the last CNN poll of polls. These numbers at the 1 year mark of his presidency mean views of Biden are some of the worst for a newly elected president since pollsters began tracking approval ratings. These are despite moves made in the last year by the Biden administration. His woeful record includes some startling statistics that show exactly why his polls are slumping so badly. One, when Biden came to office, less than 1% of the U.S. population was fully vaccinated. He pledged that 100 million shots would be administered in the first 100 days. A year later, roughly 63% of the U.S. population is fully vaccinated. More than 526 million doses have been administered. Biden recklessly in November signed a $1 trillion infrastructure bill, the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, into law. The law injects federal money into America's aging public works systems to repair roads and bridges, renovate ports, and expand broadband access, as well as replace every single lead pipe carrying water in the United States. The U.S. unemployment rate, by the way, fell to 3.9% in December, the best recovery in any OECD nation, marking a pandemic-era low. Biden has seen over 40 federal judges confirmed in the Senate since his inauguration and appointed more to the bench in his first year than any president since Ronald Reagan. Other failures include his suspension of student debt, the withdrawal from a 20-year war that caused thousands to lose their lives, and not trying to overthrow the United States government. A Biden insider disclosed their plan to get back public support in year two. We're planning a national campaign to give people COVID, increase their unemployment rate, tear down bridges, destroy internet access, and make the American people suck their drinking water through piping that has much lead as possible until their kids are retarded. We might even ask them to inject bleach up their ass. If that doesn't work, Biden has revealed another plan. How about this one? How about I fucking retire to Delaware and watch you entitled, dim-witted, ungrateful motherfuckers die from COVID and climate change while I sip a martini and play golf? I've talked to my wife, and that seems to be one of the... that's the one we're leaning toward. I don't need this. Yeah, I'm talking to you, America. I'm talking to each one of you whiny motherfuckers. I am so sick. I never thought that I'd sit on my podcast and get royally enraged at Americans in general. I just cannot grip. Help me out with this, Randy. I just can't.
Oh, well, look, you're absolutely right. 21 million people still don't think he's even a legitimate president, let alone approve of him. So I think the fact that he's got 41% is pretty darn good.
But the thing is, like, watching America through COVID is like been watching a chimp play with a power tool. It's...
Or a machine gun.
A machine gun, and this guy has come in at 78 years old, done all that, saved innumerable lives. People call his withdrawal from Afghanistan. Let me tell you, how many kids came home from Afghanistan in a fucking bag last month? Anyone want to say? That's because no kids came home from Afghanistan in a fucking bag last month. And you know who's to be grateful for that? Your fucking president of the United States who had the balls to do something that 4 other presidents didn't fucking do. And I am sick of listening to this shit. You're an entitled bunch of whining little bastards who get all in a tiz if Whoopi Goldberg gets thrown off The Viewer, your gas prices go up. It's a fucking pain in the ass to sit here and watch this shit from a population that, quite frankly, doesn't deserve Joe Biden. There, I said it. There, I fucking said it.
Yeah. Have a look at that list of over 1,000 things that he has done since becoming president. Of course, the 1.6 trillion is at the top. Stimulus checks, $1,400 for every man, woman, and child. All of that, and people just forget.
And we're not saying he's perfect, for fuck's sake. But the only reason that the Build Back Better Act didn't help is because of 2 bought-off senators. That's it. Who were covering for quite a few other Democrats who balked it. But quite frankly, if you're sitting on a airliner and you got chicken or fish, and the fish has carcinogens in its ass. It's not chicken or fish. It's chicken or broken glass and cyanide. Fuck. And this guy has I think he's done the best he can. I really do, actually, Anyway, I'll get back to the news. Sorry about this.
That's okay, Willie. It's your show.
This'll lighten our spirits. GOP gubernatorial candidate in Michigan said rape victims shouldn't get abortions because fetuses could become president. Garrett Soldano, a Republican candidate for governor in Michigan, faced widespread backlash after he argued against survivors of sexual assault getting abortions, saying they didn't know if their unborn baby would become president. Soldano, citing a friend whose mother was a victim of a gang rape, claimed people who became pregnant from sexual assault were put in this moment by God. When contacted, God reacted clearly. Hey, it was a blind date. She was lonely. I gave him his number. How the fuck did I know he was wanted in 3 states? It's not like I don't have a lot of other things on my fucking mind. Hello, the supreme being, not eHarmony, for fuck's sake. When approached to clarify his comments, the GOP gubernatorial candidate from Michigan declared, hey, listen. It's a fucking fetus, for Christ's sake. It's the best time of a poor person's life. It's the only time they'll have a private pool and womb service. Am I right? Let the fucker believe he can be president. We here in the GOP love fetuses. You can be sure once that schmuck is born, we'll pursue social policies that will ensure that he gets minimum wage, becomes a meth addict, and dies in his own vomit during a school shooting. USA! USA!
Oh, Willie, you're wicked.
Mr. Soldano walked into his limo, a large ice cream truck with a rotating, smiling fetus on the roof. Okay. And there it is. Bye-bye. There's my little ice cream truck going bye-bye. Finally, it's nice to know there's great publicity about America entering the Melbourne media. This is from the Melbourne Age. Yeah, this is what I read in my newspaper down this
from your hometown,
from
your home state. Yeah,
this is on page 4. I was born free, I'll die free. Man turns down vaccine at expense of a life-saving transplant.
A heart transplant.
We have nukes. Sleep tight. For more than 4 years, Chad Carswell, 38, has suffered from severe kidney disease. In July 2020, he started on dialysis, but now his kidneys are functioning at just 4%. In an interview, Carswell said he recently applied for a kidney transplant, but was turned down because he has not received a coronavirus vaccine. And despite his hospital's requirement that organ recipients be vaccinated against the virus, he's refusing shots. There is not a situation in this world that I'll get a vaccine, he told the Washington Post. If I'm laying on my deathbed and they tell me you have a kidney waiting on you, if you have a kidney waiting on you, if you get this shot, I'll tell them I'll see you on the other side. Carswell is not the only unvaccinated person on a transplant wait list to be denied an organ. Last week, the family of DJ Ferguson said a Massachusetts hospital denied him a heart transplant because he refused to take the vaccine. In October, a Colorado hospital said it would deny a kidney transplant woman unless she got vaccinated. When contacted, a representative of one of the hospitals said, look, I've got thousands of people waiting for organs, and there are even tens of thousands more people who are diluted oxygen-sucking meat sacks that are too stupid to fucking live. We're just evening the playing field here. I know that sounds
why waste
harsh.
an organ?
I know that sounds harsh and cruel, but I've been working 16-hour shifts in clogged emergency rooms with these entitled Cheeto-eating, freedom-loving assholes for a year. So quite frankly, you can fuck off. We here at the Bill Show would like to salute hospitals in Massachusetts and Colorado as we join the great Bill Hicks in saying,
he's a moron. He's dead. Good. We lost a moron. Fucking celebrate. Wow, I just felt the world get lighter. We lost a moron. Put on the Hammer album. I'm ready to dance. We lost a moron.
And that's all I have, Randy.
Oh. Can I have some news? Can I give you some news?
Please do. And now it's time for the Randy news.
The Randy news. This is still the news.
Yeah, we're a top 60
the
podcast.
news that's worthless. Now, this is from the McMinn County School Board in Tennessee.
Yeah.
They've just voted to ban a Pulitzer Prize-winning graphic novel about the Holocaust.
Oh, yeah.
Called Maus, M-A-U-S. It's a graphic novel by Art Spiegelman. It's very famous. A lot of kids read it, like When the Wind Blows about nuclear war. It's called Maus, A Survivor's Tale. And, you know, they voted 10-0 to ban it. Do you know why?
Why?
Because there's one nipple showing on a graphic mouse. One nipple.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, there's a woman in a bathtub who's, I don't know, she's having a bath. And apparently they can see one nipple, so they banned the whole book. Anyway, Pulitzer Prize, whatever. I just think that's terrible.
Okay. Well, that's it. That's very interesting. I find a lot of that absolutely fascinating. That what's been going on in home. That's it.
Now, I thought we might play a little track that leads out of your Michigan gubernatorial candidate.
Oh, good, please.
It's kind of funny. It's George Carlin talking about the sanctity of life. The sanctity of life. And then we might go to a break.
Sure thing. Sounds good. We'll be back for show number. What show is it, Randy?
288.
Thank God you're here. We'll be back in just one moment.
Is a fetus a human being? This seems to be the central question. Well, if a fetus is a human being, how come the census doesn't count them? If a fetus is a human being, how come when there's a miscarriage, they don't have a funeral? If a fetus is a human being, how come people say we have 2 children and 1 on the way instead of saying we have 3 children? People say life begins at conception. I say life began about 1 billion years ago, and it's a continuous process. Continuous, just keeps rolling along. If they really want to get serious, what about all the sperm that are wasted when the state executes a condemned man and one of these pro-life guys who's watching comes in his pants, huh? Here's a guy standing over there with his jockey shorts full of little Vinnies and Debbies, and nobody's saying a word to that guy. Not every ejaculation deserves a name. And you might have noticed something else. The sanctity of life doesn't seem to apply to cancer cells, does it? You rarely see a bumper sticker that says, save the tumors. Or I break for advanced melanoma. Viruses, mold, mildew, maggots, fungus, weeds, E. coli bacteria, the crabs. Nothing sacred about those things. So at best, the sanctity of life is kind of a selective thing. We get to choose which forms of life we feel are sacred, and we get to kill the rest. Pretty neat deal, huh? You know how we got it? We made the whole fucking thing up. Made it up. The same way. Thank
you. Are you plagued by insecurity in a society that is constantly changing? Is your financial security being threatened by forces you feel are totally out of your control? Do people who look differently make you feel, I don't know, kind of uncomfortable? If they do, New Improved Fascism may be for you. Yes, New Improved Fascism is based on a classic formula that has been passed down for generations. It allows you to make broad judgments about things you know nothing about without resorting to the effort to learn or letting those pesky little facts get in the way. Let's hear what Improved Fascism has done for America.
Yeah, I'll tell you. All these new people with their new complexions really bothered me. With their crazy accents, nutty religions, and all the violence I see every day on television. I was going nuts. Even the 23 assault weapons I have in my wife's closet didn't make me feel any better. Thank God for new improved American fascism. Right now, I don't have to think at all. And I still got my guns.
I've been a Christian for years. I always was uncomfortable with that whole thou shalt not kill thing. Not to mention that turn the other cheek. I'll tell you, in my family, if you turn the other cheek, someone kicked it with an iron boot while your mom wept quietly in the kitchen drinking the cooking sherry. Yeah, Jesus Christ really got in the way of my repressed rage and hostility towards things I don't understand inside of me. Thank God for new improved fascism. Now I can judge other people without knowing facts while oppressing them and still call myself a Christian. Praise the Lord.
Yes, American fascism. It's a new take on an old formula. So if you are suffering the effects of a spineless, amoral corporate media that panders to only the base instincts of humanity, corporate fascism may be for you. Corporate fascism may cause nausea, rectal bleeding, ethnic cleansing, political violence, a reduction in civil rights, dictatorship, torture, racial profiling, a suspension of a free press, a repression of democracy, and the occasional Holocaust. So if you want to live a thought-free life that reaffirms your existing prejudices, ask the Republican Party if American fascism is for you. American fascism. From Trump Industries, making America more fearful and less free since 2015.
Gentlemen, it's time to keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times, because it's time once again for Randy's Rant.
It's time for Randy.
Keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times, just like Universal Studios, because that big giant Jaws shark was going to jump up and bite off your head.
You're the big, giant, lefty shark of the internet, Randy. That's what you are.
Okay, that's thank you for that, Bill. And I hope you enjoyed our little comedy break.
I love George Carlin, man. I love myself some.
The late George Carlin. He's still relevant.
You know, the thing about those guys, those guys told the truth, man. Yeah. Those guys told the truth.
But he told it as stand-up.
Yeah, I know.
Which is the most amazing thing. Yeah.
The words of the prophets are written on
George Carlin and I
was about to say the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls.
What's that from?
That's from The Sound of Silence.
That's right.
And a fool gets to tell the truth in Lear, you know, and he dies, but that's true.
I'll prick my thumbs. Something wicked this way comes. Yeah. Okay. I want to talk today. My Randy's rant is about the fact that we just celebrated the first anniversary of January 6th.
Yeah.
Which, as we all know, was the day of the American Capitol insurrection. No matter what they try to call it, the people were insurrectionists, the 300 people that were arrested, many of them going to jail. Your little friend, the Sharman, is going into a cell for 7 years.
Yeah,
I hope
shaman.
Sweet Cheeks, the shaman from QAnon.
Yeah.
These people broke the law. They said they were going to be violent, and they were.
Yeah.
People died.
Yeah.
And now they're trying to backpedal so fast that it makes my head spin. It was a tour. They were tourists. Oh, anyway. And I think the people in government who supported them,
yeah,
including some of the senators, etc., like Ted Cruz, should be prosecuted. And like our friend AOC said, you tried to have me killed. I'm not going to talk to you.
Well,
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Good.
Anyway, here we go. It's been 1 year since American democracy dodged a bullet, but how long can that hold out? Because there is actually a second U.S. Civil War looming. Now, people think Civil War, 1861, or actually it started in 1860 with Lincoln's election, and the actual shooting started in 1861. People think the Civil War was about slavery.
Wasn't.
But it was not.
No. It was about voting rights. You said that in the last show.
It was about voting rights, and that's what's happening now. It started with a disputed election.
Right.
Now, the Southern states simply decided that the election of Abraham Lincoln was intolerable. He was the first Republican. This was a Republican Party election, and the Southern states were strict Democrats, which is ironic because it's now the shoe's on the other foot.
Irony there for you history fans there.
Yeah.
Now, irony.
They say that Lincoln's election was going to be an attack on their values. Sound familiar?
Such as they are.
Southern states said they had a constitutional right to have slavery in their state. Now, this is almost word for word what some Trumplicans are saying, like Madison Cawthorn, Mr. Wheely, was just saying today.
Yeah.
The radical GOP are claiming that some states need to observe the Constitution by ignoring the results of an election. So could it happen again? Some states are seeking to deny that some current elections are invalid. More irony for you, they certainly accepted all of the positions other than Biden that went to Republicans. So the ballots couldn't been that.
Well, they accepted that evidently they were just flawed ballots when they were voting for Trump. Just that vote was wrong. Just that vote. The other ones are okay, but all
the other ones are okay. Yeah, the other ones are okay. Now let's play what if. Say there's an attack on the Michigan State House.
Yes.
Like there was on the U.S. Capitol in January 6th.
Right.
The governor is pushed out. The legislature takes control, and they declare that they think the election of Joe Biden was invalid in their state, for their state. So they're no longer going to follow laws that are signed by Biden because he is not the legitimate president of their state.
Right.
What happens? Does the U.S. government send the military to retake Michigan? Do they tell their National Guard, which they have control of, to protect them?
I really don't think it's ever going to look. That's what they want, and
I know that's what they want.
Yeah, and
anyway,
if it comes to that, man, you've got to follow the Constitution. That's it. Sorry, Val. You know, you need to go in there.
That's what happened in 1860 as well. Now, it's easy for many people in America to say that they're not getting a fair shake because they didn't vote for Biden, and they think that half the votes for him were invalid. Things aren't working out for me. It's because the government's done something wrong, and we have to change it. Now, studies suggest that 21 million Americans could be primed for future insurrection and violence. 21 million, which is exactly about the number of the population of America during the Civil War. It is substantial, and it's important that we understand that the current state of insurrection is a movement in America. Today, it's at least as large as it was before the January 6th insurrection on the Capitol. Now, the end game is not necessarily civil war itself. That is a means to an end. The end game is installing an authoritarian president who will limit democracy. So you're right.
Yeah.
It won't be civil war. It will be anarchy.
It'll be Berlusconi.
Yeah.
It'll be it's South American dictatorship.
Mussolini. Yeah.
Mussolini, Franco. I mean, all these guys, especially the real blueprint for it is Russia. It's really, that's the blueprint.
Exactly.
It's a direct lift from how Putin took power.
Now, on the last show, we looked at measures that are being taken to limit voting rights. And in fact, this week, Arizona Republicans were trying to pass laws limiting opportunities to vote. You can't vote absentee. You can't put your ballots in those post box voting places, things like that. Really trying to limit and disenfranchise voters.
Yeah.
Now, 19 U.S. states currently have laws or have enacted laws that would allow them to control election results. 19 states out of 50, either by limiting voter rights or invalidating the result.
Yeah.
Now, that means that there must be 31 blue states that are supporting voter rights. Now, the Civil War, there are 11 states in the Confederacy and 21 states in the North. That's almost exactly the same split between red and blue today. The population was 18 million in the North and 6 million in the South. Almost exactly the same split, with approximately 3.5 million slaves, which didn't count, but they thought it should count.
That was Bernie Sanders, that was Bernie Sanders, the socialist dog. He's very upset about this.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm saying that it might not be Civil War with bang, bang, brothers against brothers.
No.
But red and blue is blue and gray if you go by the states.
Go back and listen to the shows we did before Trump got in charge. I'm telling you, this is something that, we've been saying on the show since, go back. They're there, right? Check out our website, www.expatprogressive.podbean.com. You can go back 10 years.
Exactly.
And
to Sandy Hook.
Go back. You go all the way back to Sandy Hook.
That was our first show.
And so that's I left that on actually. I deleted some of the shows, but you go back there to when he was nominated. We were saying this shit. He's not going. Yeah. He's never going. He's a psycho. And the Republicans have done their deal with the devil. And it's going to come back and kill him. I really hope so. Otherwise, we're fucked because this guy cannot be president. And here's the thing, I'm a person who lives in another country. And I'm absolutely sure that Donald Trump is insane. He's insane. Like medically, rubber room, fucking insane. And we've normalized that to talk about him as if he's anything but somebody who should be in a fucking mental ward. Yeah. And if you phonied up the election so that he wasn't president, I'd support it. I'd fucking support it in a fucking second. Because this guy has nuclear fucking bombs. Hell, we had fucking alarms over goddamn Honolulu when this fucker was in charge.
Yeah.
We dodged the fucking bullet. And I'm not talking about the people in America who get to vote for this fucking toadstool. I'm talking about the rest of us who have to live in a new fucking nuclear winter because the majority of American people can't fucking do anything but poke a fucking pencil into their brain. It makes us overseas crazy because it's like we have this drunk fucking guy driving us home. And we don't know whether it's going to be competent with Obama or fucking on acid with Trump.
Or Adderall. What was his drug of choice?
It's Adderall. It's Adderall.
Adderall, yeah.
Boy, I'm depressed.
That yellow powder on my nose. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah. All right, now I'm just depressed. Jesus Christ.
Sorry. Let's
Is anyone still here? Is anyone still in the room with us?
Let's have a listen to one of his acolytes.
Is this going to depress me?
Yeah, an Academy Award-winning actor.
Oh, not John.
The Midnight Cowboy himself.
Fuck. I love him.
I'm crossing him. John Voight.
I loved him in Ray Donovan.
So did I.
He's such a brilliant actor. But
Well,
I don't know.
He drank too much Kool-Aid.
Yeah, he fell from a great height from a goddamn coffee table is what he did.
Yeah, he fell off a pair of high heels.
Yeah.
He's just gone berserk. So I'd like you to play this little track where he says he feels that hope has arrived.
Oh,
Hope
God.
has arrived.
All right, here he is. Oscar-winning actor
John
Voight sharing us with his political opinions. Kind of like that old uncle arrives at the barbecue and says shit. Well, that's him. Here he is.
We must give applause for our hero. Yes, he's been the greatest president since Abraham Lincoln. I've said that before, and I say it again with much truth. He has given hope to the American people. He's given trust and love. He's a man of integrity, a man of devotion, a man who ran the entire country with great heart and soul. I'd like to give President Trump an honor. I know we all would. A spiritual honor from the American people so that we can override this negativity and he can come back and make America great again. For he and only he can turn around this nation's gloom. Hope has arrived. And we shall never feel this loss again, for we all know it was stolen, and we the American people know the truth. Donald J. Trump is a source of God's speed, and I know Abraham Lincoln's spirit is with him to turn America great again.
Fuck it, John. Why don't you just get a room? Fuck. Jesus. You got about halfway through that fucking thing where this is really fucking weird. Was John in the photograph? Like touching him a bit too much? Oh my God!
It's on YouTube. He's sitting with a flag behind him.
Of course he is. Grandpa's in his basement with a flag.
It was bad. I'm sorry.
Fuck, man. That's some serious goddamn fantastic actor brain damage. That is because the thing with John Voight is I see him on fucking Ray Donovan, man, and I go, what a fucking player, man. He's never bad. He's never fucking bad. I've never seen a bad John Voight performance. He's a brilliant actor. But brain damage. Real fucking brain damage.
Obviously.
Yeah, but there are a bunch of them. I mean, it's easier to hate Steven Seagal because he's a cock-sucking pig and he's fucking no talent. John Voight, that's fucking hard because he's pretty fucking good.
No, and Chachi. Poor Chachi.
No problem hating Chachi. No fucking problem.
Everybody loves
hating Chachi. And that's the problem. A majority of the Republican stars, you have no problem hating because they're talentless assholes. Like
John Voight, yeah.
Fucking Ted Nugent. Fuck Ted Nugent. Fucking Aerosmith, Ted. Grab this one time, all right? Fuck you. Fucking Bruce fucking Springsteen, Ted fucking Nugent. Grab my dick, you prick. Fuck it. You could not get stars to show up at the Republican convention when fucking Charlton Heston died. That was it. Oh, God.
Now let's make you feel better now. I want to make you feel better. Okay. I've got one of the Democratic stars.
Oh, good.
A great two-time Oscar winner and also multiple nominee Tom Hanks will actually make you feel better.
Oh, I love Tom.
Tom Hanks last week for the first anniversary of Biden's presidency recorded the following. It's a little thing that was went online, and a lot of people saw it, and I saw it, and I thought this made me feel better about America and about Joe Biden. So I'd like you to play Tom Hanks making us all feel a little bit better. And maybe wash some of John Voight out of our ears.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and it's time for Tom Hanks to make us feel better here in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Uncle Tom is putting on his sweater now, and I'm trying to get the thing going. Here it is. There is Tom Hanks, America's dad.
Only we're brave enough. Brave enough to live through two of the most difficult years many of us can remember. Brave enough to pull ourselves up again and again. America is the home of the brave. It's why we keep getting up, no matter how many times we get knocked down. Like with our economy. It isn't all the way back, but it's getting stronger as we're creating more jobs at a record rate.
I've worked in transportation for the last 17 years. I'm looking forward to getting some sense of normalcy, to get back to where we were. And I'm very positive that we're on the right track.
We may be entering year 3 of a pandemic none of us wanted or expected, but we're moving, growing, putting the science to work.
I was the first person to get the vaccine, the first in the whole country. And now, how many people are vaccinated? Over 200 million, right? And the kids too. I am really proud of us. We put people first, safety first. We're doing it. That's what keeps me going, that I can feel the change.
We've learned so much. We're better prepared now. Every day is another day behind us and another step forward towards opportunity, prosperity, possibility. Restaurants have opened their doors. Shops and businesses are buzzing again all over the country. There were almost 5.5 million new business applications last year alone.
I don't know any other way to say it other than we're prospering. We're bringing on new drivers. We're expanding. The fear that was there, it's going away. Business is booming. I'm looking forward to business to continue to grow. And as things grow, I grow.
We're going back to work. Millions of people and families are finding their way back to making a living. More jobs were created in 2021 than in any year in the last 80 years.
Well, after we were closed in 2020, we were really concerned that we had lost momentum. But instead, 2021 has just been an incredible year for our bed and breakfast business. There's a spirit of hope. Optimism and hope are really like currency in small communities. And any investments that we make kind of balloon up and lead to something really great and big.
And every day all across the country as we wake up and go back to work, we're shaping our future. As of today, 3 times as many people work in clean energy than oil and gas. And every day more and more jobs are brought back from abroad. Our hands, our ingenuity, our labor are making us stronger than we were a year ago today.
It's exciting times for the auto industry, rebuilding our bridges, our roads, our transit systems. We haven't had a president invest so much money into America since I don't know when. And the jobs, that's what this administration has been doing.
Step by step, we are facing down the trial of a generation. Brick by brick, we are doing the work that will lift us up for generations to come. So let's start the rebuilding by talking to one another, respecting one another, finding what unites us, not what pulls us apart.
This infrastructure bill is huge. It's going to bring positive changes to every aspect of what we do. I'm proud of the way that we have dealt with these challenges. We have created something that's better, stronger for the next generation.
From our toughest times, America has always built a brighter future. In these tough times, we'll build our brightest future yet. Yes, we are brave enough to see the light and be the light we need to rebuild this country. We're strong. We are courageous. We are resilient. We are America, land of the brave.
We've faced so much this year, but we've done what America always has done. We've gotten up. We've gotten up. And I've long said it's never been a good bet to bet against America. And that's more true today than ever. I've never been more optimistic about America's future. There's nothing beyond our capacity if we do it together.
Fuck it, I'm voting for Tom Hanks. Fuck that.
It's a beautiful day in America.
It's a beautiful day. Don't you worry. Everything's going to be fine. Hey, listen, I hope he runs that, man. I do. I hope he runs it nationally because it makes me want to throw up, actually, because it sounds like It's Morning in America speech. But you know something? He deserves the credit that he's due. And
he does.
And it is shocking. You know what fucking really bothers me about it is it's unseemly for a country that actively made a choice to not only doom themselves but the rest of the world for living in fear for 4 years and finally get out of it due to the work and slavery of people all around the country. You know, I can't deal with Democrats who are sitting there going, well, you mean you got what we wanted? Well, yeah, but here's the thing. You're not waking up every morning wondering whether North Korea is going to vaporize or whether this fucking toadstool is going to, you know, do some fucking thing, you know? And it just amazes me, the ignorance and narcissism of a public that doesn't even have the good nature to appreciate the fact that they, you know, dodged a bullet with the rest of us. So, yeah. Boy, I'm on a downer this week.
Oh, come on. I thought that was a rousing kind of speech, you know?
We love Tom Hanks here at the Bill Show, and we want to give Tom Hanks and the entire orchestra that played behind him.
Wake up the kids.
A fantastic round of applause for something that got me teary. You know, Tom Hanks, give him a round of applause. I don't know nothing about love, but I do know about a political announcement, Jenny. I hope they run it
I
everywhere.
like that nice young president, but
you know, America.
I gotta pee.
You never know what president you're gonna get. Well, that's about all for us,
Willie.
folks. Listen.
On that note,
I'd like to say hello to a few people, AK in Halliday, Claudia up in New Hampshire, David up in Massachusetts. I want to say
Val in New York.
Yeah, Val in New York. I want to say hello to Pauline here in Melbourne. And who am I missing? I want to say...
this is like the magic mirror on Romper
It's the
Room.
magic mirror. I'm watching you. Good to you, Jack Nicholson. Oh, by the way, I did stand up for the first time in about 15 years the other day. And there will be a video of my stand-up, and I will post it on the Bill Show.
Oh, dear. On the website.
On the website. My God.
I thought we wanted to attract people and get them to give us money. It's going to be...
No, that'll work. That'll offend almost all of you. Okay. I love you guys. Brandon.
Yeah, love you, everybody. Love you, listener. Thank you.
Take care. We'll see you next time right here on the Bill Show with Randy.